It's been exactly 1 month since we had a fresh episode drop here on Chase Birdies, but we're back today, guys. We're back. My man JP's joining me here, naturally joining me here, but I don't know what to say, man. You know, we were just chatting a little bit. It's been a tough
Yeah,
start to the year for you, man. I've been really thinking
yeah,
about you a lot, dude.
yeah. It's been
Um,
it's been maybe if there was ever a thing to reset a year, it'd probably be the time to do that. But
mm,
such is life. We've had a rough go. I apologize to not giving episodes like we normally do, but there's been a lot going on in the Peppy household, shall I
yeah.
say. My father-in-law passed away about 2 weeks ago. My mother's been battling some stuff. She's fortunately home. So here we are.
It's been tough, dude. And that's the thing. It's like, look, this is funsy, right? I mean, it's not really fun,
Yeah.
but real life kicks in, dude. That's whenever you realize that some things you take for granted, it's like you shouldn't,
Yeah. Yeah.
because you don't,
You're
you don't.
you're exactly right. We have enough friends in the country music world and you listen to all their songs and you know, it's never been true. Take that phone call from your parents. So, cuz you never know, which is wild to say, but you never know.
I just think you sometimes don't think certain things can happen to you. Like I said to you yesterday on the phone, it's like you don't think about it. Like you see these stories all the time, and
Yeah.
it doesn't really. You're like, oh, that's unfortunate for that family. You know, shit like that happens. But yeah, that can happen to anyone, and
It
it
really
just did.
can. So it blindsided us, but my wife has done an amazing job navigating and she's been going through a lot and doing a lot and it's just wild. It's wild. So like you said, you never know and but we'll get through it and we'll keep trucking along.
Yeah, that's all you can do. And man, what a phenomenal partner you've been there in the last couple of weeks.
I appreciate that.
You know, I said that might bring you two together
Hey,
closer.
yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
but that's the reason. You know, we kind of just, for whatever happens, it just does, and you just sit back and it's like, hey, there's no pressure. We're not putting out an episode just to put out an episode in the middle of
Right.
all this tragedy. So you
Yeah.
know, here we
Yeah,
are a month later.
and I wasn't in the headspace to do anything. So,
No, hell no, hell no. But it is good to be back. It has been exactly 1 month since the Mitch, uh, since his episode dropped,
mhm.
and February 12th. So here we are again. I guess this is March 12th. Yeah. So it's been a month. These 2 months back to back have two Friday the 13th, which is kind of,
It's
it's
kind
kind
of
of rad.
wild.
Yeah. Um, but
Wonder when the last time that happened.
I don't know. That'd be a good Chat GPT question.
I'll tell you, I've been thinking about like who's our next guest gonna be, right? Because we've got people in the hopper. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like who's our next guest gonna be? And you know, I noticed the hat you're wearing, Idika.
Mm-hmm.
We've had our friend Steve peering on. We don't want to give him too much time while he's on there,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe it's time to have the guy on for an episode to talk about where Idika came from, what he's doing with it, because there is a lot of buzz around my man's brand, which is nice to see. Couldn't happen to a better person. I mean, other than him wishing us luck after the match was already over the other day, which I appreciate the text, but it was like 1 o'clock. You sent me a text wishing me play well.
I tell you, that's typical.
And I know that I've been
I
seeing
know.
your mug all over
I
the
know.
place. I didn't know that you were like a model, but
Yeah.
it's been nice, bud. So
Well,
where'd the photo shoot take place?
so this is typical Steve fashion. I get a call. I'm going to Pinehurst, obviously, for the Pine Needles Invitational. I get a call a couple of days beforehand, maybe a week, 5 days, whatever. And Period calls me, and he doesn't say Bash. You know, everyone calls me like, Bash, what's up? Blah blah blah. He goes, Ryan, and I'm like, oh damn, he's calling me by my real name. What's up, Steve? You got a minute? I need to talk to you. I'm like, yeah, man. You need help? What's going on? He's like, we weren't going to tell you this, but I'm going to be seeing you Wednesday night in
Typical.
Raleigh.
That's a typical start to the.
I'm going to be seeing you Wednesday night in Raleigh. Yeah. And I'll have a box for you.
Hmm.
But at any rate, photo shoot went south in the West Coast, and I need to get some photos from you Thursday morning. What do you say, 8 to 10? Can you do it? Yeah. I mean, I don't have a choice, bud. You're flying down to do the shoot with me. I'm going to help you out for sure. So I did it, which I would always do. Seriously, I'd help him out any day of the week. But it is kind of funny because the next day, the photo shoot rolls around. I don't know where the hell we're supposed to be going. He didn't, we're thinking we're doing some Pine Needles. Nah. The photographer has the hookup at Mid-South.
Well, time out. When you
Yeah.
told me all this and you're going to take photos of Pine Needles, I said to you, if you recall, I said, you might want to get the okay. Fortunately, we have the people that can give you the okay in Blair Miller.
Yeah.
But that question was never asked.
Well, it wasn't asked naturally to me because I'm the one being commissioned to do the work, boys. I'm the one being commissioned to look there in the shirts. And naturally, I'm not going out and getting permission,
Well, it's not that's not for you to get permission.
But now there was some rumblings between IP and Steve about the photo shoot. And Steve said he conveyed it to Ian, and we must have got the wires crossed. And Ian said, "There's no wires to cross, Steve. We didn't get no wires crossed. There's nothing mentioned about a photo shoot." Ian is fucking hilarious. Anyways, so yeah, this thing kind of comes to a head on the morning of without permission from Pine Needles, which it's all good. I mean, maybe should have thought about that a day or two earlier, but whatever. It's 8:30 in the morning. I'm eating eggs, and we're like, okay, where are we going, boys? Where are we going? So we rolled to Mid-South. Graciously allowed us to take photos essentially anywhere we wanted in the clubhouse, and we did. And kind of went down into the locker room. It's kind of in a dungy little feel down the steps around a corner, old locker room. And there we go, boys. I start putting on the shirts, the Idika gear. Honestly, the shirts really do fit well. Very good material. That Sebastian hoodie is ridiculously good. But, they turned the lights off. And it's just me, Steve, and Zach, and we're just kind of sitting there, and you got this spotlight on you, and I'm just like... And, that one photo kind of was it. And then I got some shots on the golf course. The rest is history. I'm not saying I'm open for business for anyone else because naturally I'm a little short for that.
Well, you look taller in the photos. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Well, it's an illusion. But yeah, dude. So the clothes. So then anyway, so I walked out of there. You see this hat?
Yeah.
This is the hat I took the photo in. So I just kind of wore it the whole time back to Pine Needles, and I just walked in.
That was
I got
payment.
the hat. So I got, and I kept the Polish. I was supposed to get a box, but
yeah, I was supposed to get one when he was at Linksoul too. So,
but I was saying last night to Steve, I was in a group chat with him and Adart and Eric, and Eric got his free box from Steve, and he's saying how everything's fire and whatnot. But I said, I never understand why these reps of all these companies just want to give away free product, like, especially if you're owning the company. But I guess it's just the marketing ploy. You got to write it off.
It's a marketing budget.
That's
it's like us, dude. We buy all this stuff and we give it away.
Dude, hell, that should be our theme song. George Strait, give it away.
Yeah.
I mean, we just
give it away.
But that was pretty, the Pine Needles trip was obviously different this year because you and B-Cats weren't there and some other guys from W weren't there. So it was me, Ian, and Nick. We're kind of just moseyed around together, but had a good time. It sucked flying commercial down to Raleigh and then having to get a puddle jumper rental car, drive to Pinehurst, because I waited in the bar at the airport. I mean, my flight, I was done with golf at 1. My flight was at 7:30. So, I'm sitting there at a bar in the airport talking to 2 young guys, and they're there for a bachelor's party. Naturally, they go to Pinehurst, so they're talking about all the beers they drank, the partying they did, the strip club they went to, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, man.
Wow. I was in bed by 7:30.
these kids are 17 years younger than me. And yeah, exactly. Like, man, so that was it, dude. But Ian Patrick is hilarious. We missed the cut again. But so many good things happen. And I'm not even going to get into it because I know we have so many other good things to talk about. But we did play really well in the consolation. I mean, IP was a couple under on his own ball in the consolation round. I really like Southern Pines. I mean,
I
maybe
love that place.
Right. And maybe it's just because,
You play
you
well.
know, well, and also the fact that I've played it 4 years in a row and now it just becomes like I look forward to it now.
How much fun would it be, though, if it was Pine Needles, Southern Pines, and then Miscut goes to Mid Pines?
That would be
Because
dope.
now you might have a little bit of a chance to make that cut.
Would be dope.
And I feel like out of the three, Pine Needles is near and dear to me. I love that place, dude. People ask me if you could play one course the rest of your life. I always say Pine Needles. I love that place.
Yeah.
That place I grew up on. I could literally play it every single day of my life. But Southern Pines is a hidden gem that is just, it's incredible. The green complexes, the tee shots, you know, some of those holes, I don't even know if you realize, like, I think it's 8, par 4. That's like a little dogleg right. I mean, you're standing on that tee box, you're looking down, and you see 10 green with around the lake too. It's just, there's a lot of cool views too if you open your eyes.
Oh yeah, no, it's way cool. Taser, we hung out with Taser.
Oh man,
for 2 nights. Taser was buckled the one night, dude. Taser was telling his partner that we had, you know, Taser's real name is Paul, by the way. But anyways, he's telling his partner. Meanwhile, his partner is honestly probably 80. I mean, so much so that the night that they have the dinner, Friday night, they're so hammered. The guy, the older gentleman, his partner, is so drunk that he's talking to me and he keeps swaying backwards and he has these New Balance shoes on. And I just wanted to grab him because I knew he was going to fall. I knew he was going to fall. And here's the kicker. You ready for this? He's got some disease that below his kneecaps of his legs are numb all the time. He can't feel the bottom of his legs.
That's nice.
So he's sitting there, dude. He's like,
so it's like Taser got one hand on him or what? Taser's
like standing up, looking down at him. I'm standing there
because Taser's a big dude. He's a big boy, not like he's just tall and he's built.
Dude, I kind of like standing up. Taser's probably 6'5".
Yes,
and he just does it, you know.
Yes, he'd be scary pulling up to you on a motorcycle, telling you to pull over.
But his partner is the total opposite. Like he's honestly like in his 80s.
So maybe Taser and IP are partners, and then you and I are partners.
And this guy, and then Taser goes, yeah, he can't feel his legs. He's got this disease where everything below his kneecap is basically numb. And I'm like, it makes sense because the guy's like wobbling the whole time.
Yeah.
He's hammered. And he just decides not to play on Sundays. He quit this year too. Taser was by himself Sunday that's 2 years in a row. Yeah, at Southern Pines.
Was there any shrimping going on or what?
Yeah, the shrimps were going on people's shoulders. See, that's the great thing, people, about this event is Blair Miller puts these damn shrimps on people's shoulders, and they don't even know they're on there, and they're carrying on.
Away.
Yeah, and some of these guys like have sports coats on, and then they got this like piece of shrimp on their left shoulder, and they're just talking, and all you do is like you're just laughing your dick off because it's like it's fucking funny. That's what it is.
Well,
emphasis added.
I was thinking, you know, Blair always takes a handful of shrimp and puts them in his sport coat pocket. And I'm like, well, what? Like, hopefully you get them all out, bud, because if you don't, that's going to smell in a few weeks.
But yeah.
So.
But Ian wanted to go. That some of the boys from VA were they were playing poker and some, you know, blackjack, what have you. So Ian was trying to get Taser set up to roll over with us and whip out his badge.
Yeah, that's funny. That is so funny.
But I said, yes.
How was the courses? Courses were in good shape. I heard Pine Needles was firing.
The courses were great. The courses were phenomenal. Honestly, all 3 days were good, other than the fact that we got some rain, some chilly temps in the morning, but with some rain mixed in there, which kind of sucked. Especially the practice round, we played the whole back nine basically in the rain, which I don't really like playing in the rain too much, but I guess when you got to do it, you do.
Well, we saw the one guy down at Pelican Member Guest who was there last year, same guy that asked me if I was in the senior division. He had on his Pine Needles polo that he got last week or 2 weeks ago. It was Sunday Red. Never saw Sunday Red in person. That's kind of cool that you guys got the Sunday Red gifts.
Yeah, they gave, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty nice.
So
I gave it to my brother Matthew, but
Brandon and I went down to Pelican.
So let's talk about this. You and B Cats went back to defend the title down in Tampa.
Yeah.
Pelican.
Yeah, we went down. Target on our back.
Target on your back. Couple.
My first round, I played October 31st on my own ball, and then I played like January 29th in a scramble. So my first round was that practice round Wednesday afternoon. Figured a few things out. We were excited for Thursday. It was, but we were maybe a little too excited. We got beat 6.5, 2.5 in the first match. So the sixth team in our flight smoked us. We just couldn't do anything. We didn't make birdies. The guy got 4 shots. He shot 37 with double bogey. It's hard to compete against that.
He
tough. Did what he had to do on the holes. He got his shots. We didn't do what we needed to do when it was straight up. And then we halved our next match. And then on Friday, we won our first match Friday morning, 5.5, 3.5. And then Friday afternoon, we won 5-4, which is a funny story. It was windy every day. It was really windy. And the course was playing really long. I mean, in the last match, dude, BK, I mean, he hit 3 2-irons in 9 holes.
No way.
He hit one into a par 4, 10. He hit one into the par 5. And then he hit a 2-iron on 15, the par 3. They had that par 3 at like 240. We played tee boxes that I've never played before, which was fun. And in reality, you thought it would have favored us, but clearly it did not. We had 2 guys in our flight that played on the PGA Tour. The one guy played in the 86 Masters.
Oh, no way. The year I was born. So he's got to be old as hell, eh?
His swing was, it was so good. His swing was so good. Still to this day. I mean, he's probably 60.
And he pounds it, huh?
The other guy pounded. The other guy that played at Furman freaking was 25, 30 yards consistently by us, which was insane because when you hit it, you're like, oh, it's not that far. And you get up there,
that bad.
He's that far. But on Friday, I naturally missed a 3-foot putt going in on 8 to win the hole. So we have the hole. On 9, for those that have not played Pelican, it's a par 3, water in the front of the green, and it wraps around to like the back, and there's a bunker kind of mid-green, and then there's a little peninsula that juts out in the front right, and the pin was there, so it was playing like 140. I hit 8-iron to like 35 feet to the left. And the wind, we were dead nuts into the wind. So when I was putting, I was basically putting, across into the wind. And it was down grain, and the lake was 10 feet behind. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm either nestling this up nicely or I'm putting into the water. It's fine. Like in my mind, I'm putting into the water. So I smoked this putt, dude. And B-Cats immediately goes, sit. And I said, relax. And then the other guys are yelling at the ball. Like, something like, slow down. I go, guys, relax. Like, that's how, like, this conversation was going on in this putt. That's how, like, long it was. My God, dude, it hits the stick and goes in.
Shut up.
So if it
you
didn't
drained
go in,
it.
So if it didn't go in, I would have been 10 feet. Like, it wouldn't have, like, trickled in the water. It would have, like, airmailed into the water.
Yeah.
So the guys were not happy because I was saying, relax. And then it went in. So I saw them that night, and the one guy was like, hey, why don't you relax? So that was funny, but I've got a story for you.
Well, wait. No. I can't wait to hear the story because you've been talking about it now for 2 days. So, but I just wanted to say that it's really difficult as a golfer, especially when you're playing with someone and you're on the green and you're seeing their putt. It's difficult to refrain from, like, in some way trying to cheer their putt on, like, hey, slow down, you know.
But in reality, in your head, you're like, go in the water.
Or something, you know? And it's like, sometimes I hate that. Like, I need to bite my tongue when I'm on the green and I'm watching someone's putt, because I do say, like, you know, B-Cats obviously is like Mr. Notorious for this shit. Like, the ball's not even off the face and he's already yelling for it to hurry up. Go. That's what he'll say. Go. And you're like, but it's going 6 feet past the hole. What are we doing? But you know what I mean? So, like, those types of things, it's like, I need to just bite my freaking tongue and not say shit, because really, I don't care either way. All right, go ahead. So that was that. So those guys were saying, you know, slow down. They don't really care for it to slow down, bud. They're trying to kick your teeth in.
They were just being supportive on the outside, but on the inside, they're like, just go in the water.
Go in the water. Right. Bingo. Okay.
So we win the match 5-4. So Friday morning, our tee time, I've refused to tell you this story because I need you to hear it for the first time here.
Oh, dude.
Friday morning, we don't tee off till 11:30. So Brandon, DA, and I go have a nice breakfast at the Broken Egg. We finish, and Brandon's like, let's go see if the cigar shop's open. So we
What time of day is this?
This is the morning, like 9:30. No, probably 9. So he, like, 5 minutes out of the way, wasn't a big deal at the time, but he wanted to see this new cigar shop. So we see it, and we get back to the condo, and Brandon, I think, said, man, I need to take a shit. And I said, I do too. And DA was like, well, I need to too. So we all need to go to the restroom. And I said, DA, I said, my muscles are a little weak. I said, I'll be quick, because I don't take very long. I said, I'll be quick. So Brandon hits it to his, I hit it to the bathroom and the spare bedroom, and DA's in the kitchen. And I was in there for probably like a solid minute and a half, which now probably felt like an eternity to DA. So DA, I hear him say, you got to hurry up. And I'm like, I am. And as I'm saying that, I'm literally finishing. And I'm getting off the toilet and I'm washing my hands. And the door slides open, and I'm not around, like, you walk out and there's like a corner and you can't really see around it. And he hears the door open. He goes, he said, I just shit myself. And I said, what? And I came around the corner, dude. And there's this pile on the floor. Now, Brandon does not know this is going on. So I'm like, oh my God. His shorts and his underwear are to his ankles. And he is scooting, like shuffling to get to the bathroom. But the problem is his shorts were in the poop. So it is dragging skid marks to the bathroom.
God. You're kidding.
So I'm like, oh my God. And so he was holding a grocery bag. So I go to Brandon's bathroom. I said, B. He said, what? And I said, I said, DA just shit everywhere. He goes, no, he didn't. And I took a photo of the pile and I sent it to him, and he goes, oh my God. So Brandon now comes out. DA's in the other bathroom. Brandon comes out, and he, like, hesitantly, like, is looking, and he sees it. He starts puking. And I'm like, oh my God, this is potentially the funniest thing I've ever seen. He's like, Dad, what just happened? He's like, I couldn't hold it anymore. So he comes back out, he cleans it up. Brandon's mopping the floor and all this stuff. DA goes down to throw his shorts away in the dumpster chute. Well, as Brandon's mopping, DA went out barefoot, so his feet are dirty, and he comes in and he's walking through the wet floor with dirty feet. And that's where Brandon's like, what are you doing? I literally just mopped this floor. What are you doing? So I said, DA, I got a question. I said, what were you doing with that bag? He said, I thought I was going to go in it. He said, but I didn't. I mean, dude,
Poor guy. Poor DA.
So
he thought he was going to shit in the bag, though.
Yes. So Brandon cleans up everything. We get ready to go to the golf course. DA is going to drop us off, and he's holding a rug. And I said, what are you doing with that? He said, well, I got to get it dry cleaned because there was a little bit of poop on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And I said, what are you going to tell him, that you took a shit on the rug? He said, no, I'll tell him I have a grandchild that went to the bathroom on the rug. Like, basically blaming on somebody that's not even existent. So we're in the car, and he goes, B, he said, I don't have any cash on me. So Brandon whips out, gives him 100. He said, where's your cash? He said, oh my God. He said, I think it's in my shorts, which are now in the dumpster.
No.
So long story short, he has to go dumpster diving for his shorts, gets his cash out. There was $300 in cash in there. And Brandon went to throw something away in the dumpster, and the shorts were laying perfectly on top. Johnny O shorts, boys. So I literally was walking down the fairway, and I would just start laughing because he literally, when I walked out, he said, I just shit myself.
Oh my God. Dude.
So, I mean, it was like, the good thing is that he was not embarrassed. He took it really well. He laughed. It's not like this happens all the time. It was literally, dude, we all had to go. And I've done it before. So I can't say that I have not done this before. I've done this before. But when Brandon was like, no, and I sent him the photo, and he goes, you literally heard, oh my God.
Dude, the funniest part about it is the fact that he freaking got pissed off whenever DA comes walking back in.
Barefoot.
Yeah. I could totally see B-Cat's like, what are you doing?
And Brandon handled it very well. I will tell you that. He did not yell at him. He's like, I don't know if I should yell at him or what. And I'm like, well, we really can't, dude. Like, we were all in a bad position. The only thing I can suggest is get another bathroom.
Yeah. Right. I mean, look, it happens. Apparently it happened to you just said a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
But,
well, not a couple minutes ago, but it has happened.
I mean, it's happened to you. Right.
I mean, I've been driving and I have to go to the bathroom, and I lay a t-shirt on the seat and do it.
What?
Yeah.
You put a t-shirt on the car seat while you're driving?
I was stuck in traffic and I had to go, and and then I throw it out the window. That's not, it's neither here nor there.
That's pretty wild.
So,
I mean, you really must have to go.
It was hysterical. I mean, I literally just think about it and I start laughing.
I see
thing, go ahead.
No, the Depends commercials now, I see them being advertised for men, which typically they, I guess, have men and women's anyways. Yeah. But I just saw the women's commercials. Now I'm seeing the men's commercial. Depends, and it's like guys just leaking themselves a little bit. But these guys are shown on the commercials. It's not like they're young or old. It's not like they're 90 years old. they're showing like 50, 60-year-olds on a commercial, and they just wet themselves a little bit. So they're promoting the Pens, but
Yeah.
But
it was a fun member guest. We did not take the title down. The guys from our flight ended up winning it just in the first round. They made a 2 in the shootout. So it was, we had to go 3 rounds in our thing. So I don't know if that's good or bad. But Pelican. Go.
No, I was going to say, did you stay for the shootout?
Yeah, we stayed. Pelican put on a heck of a show again. Food was dynamite. The course was amazing. The greens were amazing.
The greens look
Our
so
caddy
good.
was in left field a lot of the matches.
He was.
Yeah, but Jake was in left field. I mean, he would lose head covers. The one time he lost BK's driver head cover, I put it in my back pocket, and he started looking for it.
No.
And I said, "Here it is, man." I said, "I don't want you stressing out anymore than you already are."
Yeah. I got it right here. Did you see Clay at all?
I don't
Clay,
think
remember Clay the caddy? No?
I don't think I did. I think
Natalie? Did you see Natalie? You saw Natalie.
I saw Natalie. Probably. She had her smile on, as she always does.
Huh?
She said she's doing really well, and they've been extremely busy. And saw some boys from Boston that were always good to see. They ended up winning their flight. They dodged our flight. They were in our flight last year. Dodged our flight, won the second flight, and then they got to the shootout. Obviously, but they played really well. I mean, dude, I think they had like 14 or 15 points through 2 matches.
Jeez.
Out of 18 points. Like, they dominated. So, but it was good to see some people, Met one of Tyler Reeves' good buddies, PC. He ended up being an awesome dude. We hung out with him a fair amount. He was fun. The old Memorial member guest was going on the Pelican member guest was going on. So Doc Rosen was playing in that member guest with Michael Pena.
Oh, yeah.
The TV actor. They won the whole thing.
They won a whole member guest at Old Mo?
Yeah. Doc Rosen won the whole member guest. So congratulations to Doc Rosen. He's playing in the Chasing Birdies 2, man.
Chasing Birdies 2, man. Which,
funny enough, we already have people signing up. And
we do.
And so that's good. The other thing we did not talk about, because I feel like it's happened so long ago, but it really hasn't been that long ago, is the 2026 United States men's and women's hockey team beat Canada for the gold medals.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, the women's, that's incredible. We have a little closer tie to the men's with some buddies on the team, but our dude Vince has a gold medal.
I mean,
he's got the boot. He's got the gold medal. So May 15th to 17th, that's going to be like my birthday sachet is the gold medal. I'm going to wear that thing everywhere we go.
Oh, dude. Well, first of all, yeah, that was awesome for both the men's and the women's team to win gold. But a couple boys we know, as you mentioned, which at the same time this was going on, there were rumors, there were rumblings that Vince was being traded to Minnesota. And the shit was hitting the fan. It wasn't known in the public world yet, but, you were getting fed the intel. And VT's a New York Ranger as it stands today, boys. He did not make the cut. He was retained. He was not traded.
Correct.
Your birthday celebration.
What an experience for him and those guys. Win the gold medal. Go to Miami. Party like no other. Go to the White House on Air Force 2.
Yeah.
With Trump. These yo-yos are at the speech.
The State of the Union, you see them walk in. I'm like, I cannot believe. It was hilarious.
State of the Union.
The boys.
And
they had to be hammered.
Oh, my God.
I mean, they drank nonstop.
Nonstop.
McUltras.
So that was awesome to see. Some people were saying, it doesn't mean much. Sid didn't play. No, it does not matter. It is the Canada's best players. Yes, would Sidney Crosby have helped them out? Of course. Of course. But you still got to win the game. And they did that, and the men's and women's have a gold medal.
Yeah.
Think about that. 46 years for the men's. 1980.
I know. No, it was awesome. Dude, that game was so good. Like, so many emotions were going kind of at that moment of time, and then boom, it goes to overtime. Sudden death, 3-on-3, which I don't know if I would do that. But damn, dude, that was...
Canada did not like the 3-on-3, but those are the rules. You already knew that going into it, so what do you want us to do? But I think, if Steve Peering listens to this episode,
mm-hmm.
and if he texts us that he wants to come on,
mm-hmm.
he's our next guest. And we'll talk about his journey to having his own brand, IDECA, what goes behind the designs, the materials, all of that. Boxes that don't get sent, all of it.
Yeah, let's get him back on for, the Steve Peering story part 2. Because we had the Steve Peering story part 1 earlier, somewhere in this collection. Which I'm down for that. We got some good guests lined up down here in the hopper. It's just getting the hopper
hopping. But hopefully I'm back on track again. I know there's bigger things in life, but I am sorry because I enjoy doing this.
It's all good.
I enjoy talking to you once every 2 weeks with someone that we know.
Mm-hmm. So you said hopping, made me think of Easter. Naturally, now we've gained an extra hour. The clock's moved ahead an hour. Last weekend.
Sleep schedule's all messed up.
And today starts the 5th major with the Players Championship kicking off in Florida. Last weekend's event, the API, I watched the weekend rounds. I had a little bit of cash on Fowler, and he hit in the water on Sunday at one point, and then it didn't show him again the rest of the day on TV. But I don't know if you watched it, but Berger held on. Batia caught up to him, and it was a great finish.
Yeah, I watched the playoff. I was watching the Penguins game, and I saw that there's a playoff, so I went over and watched it. And I just can't. I'm not a huge fan of Batia. I was hoping Berger would come through because he was just dominating for 3.5 days.
Yeah. Well, but here was the thing, Berger made that up and down on 18 to force the playoff.
Yeah.
He was dead on 18 there. He had to lay up, and then he got it up and down from 70 and takes it to a playoff. But, he basically hit 2 bad drives on 18, and Batia was fairway both times, so it gave him the advantage. But it was fun to watch. I love this week's tournament. I know Steve.
I love it.
I know your boy Steve Peering is going to be there because this is in his backyard in Jacksonville, Florida. But something about the players is just, it's just a really good golf tournament.
So is Rory going to play because he had a WD with bad back?
I'm going to say that he probably will play.
Is Koepka playing? Does he get to play in this?
That's a good question.
Well, if he gets to play in it, I would like to say that he has a good chance of winning. This is a good course for him to win on.
I thought that he did get to play in this. I thought a lot of his sanctions was centered around money and the
majors.
Yeah. But I don't know if he is. I
like him.
That he is.
So there you hear it.
Oberg's been playing a little bit better. I was thinking about this.
He's so good.
I think another player to watch this weekend would be Shane Lowry. He's kind of had some good momentum this year, and this is a course that can set up well with him. He's probably not even playing. Remember that one time I was like, I think I'm going to go with Justin Thomas in this one.
He didn't play, boys.
And you're like, dude, he's not even in the field. I'm like, oh, fuck.
So
sorry. And NFL free agency kicked off earlier this week. All kinds of stuff happening right now. And then, dude, we're a week away. We're 1 week away from March Madness, from the first rounds.
And don't forget, Bucko Fever, bud. Bucko
Buccos
Fever.
are back in the mix.
They're actually playing some good ball. I know it's like funsies, but I like the team that they've put together. You know, Connor Griffin is unbelievable.
Yeah.
My man Parker just made a big trade. I don't think I told you this, but he traded a 1 out of 5 he traded a bunch of cards for a 1 out of 5 Connor Griffin. The $7,000 card, Parker traded $6,500 worth of his cards for this Connor Griffin, which that card could explode once he gets to the majors. I feel like the Pirates are not going to put him in an opening day. I get why, because, you know, he's 19 years old and you want to not hurt his talent that early. But I also think on the flip side of that, it would be an exciting time to have some buzz around the Pirates and start this 19-year-old. He would be the first since Ken Griffey Jr., 19 years old. So that's what you're dealing with talent-wise here. I mean, Walks told me he hit a home run 440 feet, 110 off the bat on an 83-mile-an-hour pitch, which is hard to do on an 83-mile-an-hour pitch because there's no velocity behind it.
Right.
So he's got to be doing it all. So this kid's going to be a stud. So I'm excited for that. March Madness, baseball,
NFL,
golf season,
the
NFL draft.
Well, I'm moseying down to Tennessee this week, so I'm going to play a little golf and try to get the game back. I hit the ball. My this driver is a little bit cracked. 10-degree loft. I hit my driver the best in 2 years.
Good.
Last weekend at Pinehurst. So now I'm like
itching.
I just want to play golf.
Yeah, you want to play golf. And in Tennessee, they have the weather that you can play golf at. So, but it was great catching up with you, my dude.
It's always great catching up with you, man. And we'll come back in 2 weeks. Maybe we'll have 2 weeks. We will be back. And if not, it'll just be us again. I don't mind us.
No, I don't mind us. But there's an open invitation for Steve. There's an open invitation. He just has to send a text to us saying, yes, I will come on. If he does that, he's in.
Yeah, he's in. I'm with it. I'm with it. It's a plan, brother. That's a plan. Well, listen, guys. You enjoy this weekend in March. Second weekend of March, man. We're getting closer. Golf season full swing somewhere now, but up here in the Northeast, we are getting closer. So, kicking off today with the players, the weekend, the basketball, the this, that, and the other. Big shout out to the West Virginia University women's basketball team. They won the Big 12 championship. First time in, 7 or 8 years or so. So that was a nice bright spot for the Mountaineers last Sunday or this past Sunday. So a lot of good things happening, man. You got anything else that you
I got nothing.
Want to chirp out?
Nope.
Well, guys, it's always a pleasure being here on Chasing Birdies. Thank you to Allie, Emily, and Evo at Simpler Media for putting this thing together. Jacqueline DiPaterio, Rachel London for all your social media help. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the Chasing Birdies 2-man August 2nd to the 4th at Nemacolin Resort. Sign-up sheet is now live, so you better get on it if you want to play.
Just shoot us a text to my right number.
999.
And I can get you the link if you want to play. We will see you there.
All right, guys, we'll catch y'all in 2.